Fellow band directors, I wanted to take a moment and fill you in on the newest project that I've recently completed, which are interactive fingering charts for all woodwind instruments. So here's the flute interactive fingering chart. I also have the oboe interactive fingering chart, bassoon, clarinet, alto sax, and tenor saxophone. So all of these are set up pretty similarly. They are running through Google Slides, and so what I do is I turn the Google Slides into a preview only so that students can only use the links that are embedded into each of the slides. It can then be pushed out to a device as a simple web address for those students. So each one has a broken up range, and each one, as you can see here on the flute one, has the first 5 notes embedded, and then the rest of the range is broken up as so. So the flute one goes from low C up to their very high C. If we go to oboe, our oboe first 5 notes, oboe goes from low B flat up to the high F above the staff. For bassoon, we go from low B flat all the way up to their high B flat above the staff. And for clarinet, we go from low E all the way up to their altissimo high G. For alto saxophone, we go from low B flat up to high F sharp. And from tenor saxophone, we go from low B flat up to high F sharp as well. So each of these has a section devoted to the first 5 notes on the instrument. So if we go to oboe and we look at the first 5 notes, all you have to do is click on any given note. So if we click on E flat right now, it's going to take us to where we can see the note on the staff. We can see the note name. It gives us any of the fingerings. It gives us a sound sample as well. So we just want to listen, we can do that. There's also a teaching video for each note. In the teaching video, there is a professional teacher reinforcing proper playing fundamentals. Also, any tips or tricks about any intonation or alternate fingerings, or any helpful things that would just help them get a better sound or get the note out correctly. In addition to that, we also have some extra lessons for each instrument. And in these extra lessons, we have things like do's and don'ts on their instrument, proper hand position or carriage, any beginning sounds that they want to work on the mouthpiece or reed, or crowing for the double reeds. Okay. Also has some things and tips about tonguing and some exercises to work on with tonguing, and any other things that would be specific to that instrument for an early player. So we'll take a look at one other one here, okay, just so we can see what other things are featured here. So if we look at right now, let's say the clarinet and the upper Clarion range, okay, there's also a helpful video on improving the skills in the Clarion range on this particular page. But if we click on, let's say, C sharp, okay, then we can also see that it's broken up and gives you the alternate fingerings. It also gives you any kind of intonation tips, as if a note tends to be extremely sharp or flat. And most of the time there's a teacher on the video that is addressing those concerns as well. All right, if you just want to move through to the next note, you can also use these arrows down at the bottom. Okay, so we'll come to another one here. So for example, F sharp for clarinet, it does go over the sliver alternate fingering that's used for chromatic scales, and does give some playing examples of that into each video. So that's a quick overview on our interactive woodwind fingering charts.